in from Pakistan, where at least 16 soldiers have been killed and 5 others have been critically injured after over 30 militants attacked an army post in Makeen area of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. According to 2 intelligence officials, the militants launched a coordinated attack overnight on an army post near the Afghan border. The Pakistani Taliban has now claimed responsibility for the attack, saying in a statement that the act was a retaliation for the martyrdom of senior commanders. And news just coming in from Pakistan, where at least 16 soldiers have been killed and 5 others have been injured after over 30 militants attacked an army post near the Afghan border. In the past few weeks, we have seen an uptick in violence in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. Just last month itself, militants ambushed a military convoy near the Afghan border and killed 8 soldiers. For all those tuning into WION World is one. News coming in from Pakistan, where at least 16 Pakistani soldiers have been killed during an attack on an army post by the militants near the Afghan border. According to 2 intelligence officials, the militants launched a coordinated attack overnight on an army post near the Afghan border, which resulted in the death of 16 Pakistani soldiers. As of now, the Pakistani Taliban, they have claimed responsibility for the attack, saying in a statement that the act was a retaliation for the martyrdom of senior commanders. In the past few weeks, the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province has seen an uptick in violence, in militant violence in the region. Just last month itself, the militants ambushed a military convoy near the Afghan border, which also resulted in the death of 8 soldiers. And for more on this, WION's Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik is joining us on the phone line. Hi, Anas. Big news coming in from Pakistan. 16 Pakistani soldiers have been killed during an attack on an army post overnight near the Afghan border. What's the latest? What more can you tell us?
16 casualties that have been killed, while as another 5 have been critically injured when terrorists attacked an army post that's in the Makeen area of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in Waziristan, that's just off the border with Afghanistan as well. Now, it is being said that about 30 terrorists had attacked the army post, while we are still awaiting a word from the military, but intelligence officials on background have also confirmed the death toll of at least 15 soldiers and 1 civilian in this heinous act of terror. Raisha.
Right, and news also coming in, Anas, is that the militants set fire to the wireless communication equipment and other items at the checkpoint near the Afghan border. I also want to talk about how there has been an uptick in violence in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. Just last month itself, militants ambushed a military convoy near the Afghan border and killed 8 soldiers. What are some of the reasons attributing to the rise in violence in Pakistan at this point of time?
Well, the recent attack that took place in Makeen just this morning, post-midnight, is one of the biggest attacks in months that Pakistan has seen, particularly targeting soldiers, where at least 16 have been killed and another 8 have been injured. Now, Makeen is in South Waziristan, in upper district of South Waziristan, along the border with Afghanistan. What we have seen that this particular post is the Litasar area that had come under attack. And what we have seen is that following the fall of Kabul and the Taliban taking over next door in Afghanistan, we've seen an uptick in violence, particularly in Pakistan's bordering areas, both in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and in Balochistan as well. So largely speaking, while Islamabad says that that Kabul is yet to act on TTP, this allegation is something that Kabul denies. It is also pertinent to mention that just yesterday, hours back, when the special representative of G7 countries and other plus invitees met on Afghanistan in Geneva, they've also made an explicit mention of how Afghan soil continues to be used for planning and executing cross-border attacks, and that is something that the Afghan Taliban need to adhere and need to curtail in order to adhere with the Doha Agreement. As I said, this is a charge that Kabul on its part denies and says that it does not hold any truth. Resha?
Radhanas, thank you for joining us on the show with your insights on this.